If you're starting your fitness journey and want a routine you can actually stick to, this is the perfect video. No pressure, no confusing movements, just a smooth step-by-step beginner workout that builds strength, burns calories, and boosts mobility. And whether you're at home, in your room, or just taking your first step toward a healthier lifestyle, this routine is designed to make you feel confident and capable. So take a deep breath because your journey starts right now. Welcome to today's beginner workout, and thank you so much for being here, because I want you to know that by simply pressing play on this video, you've already taken the most important step in your fitness journey. You've decided to show up for yourself. This routine is crafted specifically for anyone who wants to get active without feeling overwhelmed, intimidated, or lost in complicated fitness jargon. And every movement you'll see today is low impact and joint friendly, which means whether you're a complete beginner who's never worked out before, someone restarting after a long break, recovering from an injury, or just looking for a gentle way to move your body, you'll be able to follow along easily and safely. Before we dive into the exercises, let me tell you what makes this workout special. First, there's no equipment needed, just you, your body, and a small space where you can move freely. Second, every exercise can be modified to match your current fitness level, so there's absolutely no judgment if you need to take things slower or rest more often. And third, this isn't just about burning calories or building muscle. It's about reconnecting with your body, understanding how it moves, and building a foundation of strength and confidence that will serve you in every area of your life, because fitness should feel empowering, not exhausting or discouraging. And that's exactly the experience we're creating together today. Before we begin moving, let's take a moment to set realistic expectations and understand what's happening in your body during exercise. Because when you're new to fitness, your muscles, joints, and cardiovascular system are learning new patterns of movement and effort, which means you might feel some muscle fatigue during the workout and perhaps some mild soreness in the day or two following. This is completely normal and actually a sign that your body is adapting and growing stronger. However, you should never feel sharp pain, especially in your joints. So if something hurts in a way that feels wrong, stop immediately and modify the movement or skip it entirely, because your body is incredibly intelligent, and learning to listen to its signals is one of the most valuable skills you'll develop on this fitness journey. It's also important to understand that progress in fitness isn't always linear. Some days you'll feel strong and energized, ready to push through every rep with enthusiasm, while other days you might feel tired, sluggish, or unmotivated. And that's okay too, because what matters is that you keep showing up, even if that means doing a lighter version of the workout or simply moving through the warm-up and cool-down. Since consistency over time is what transforms your body and health, not perfection in any single session. Now let's begin with our warm-up, which is one of the most important parts of any workout routine because it serves several critical purposes. It gradually increases your heart rate and blood flow to your muscles, raises your core body temperature, lubricates your joints with synovial fluid, and mentally prepares you for the work ahead. And while skipping the warm-up might seem like a time saver, it actually increases your risk of injury and reduces the effectiveness of your workout. So let's take these few minutes to do this right. Start by standing tall with your feet hip-width apart and arms relaxed by your sides. Then take a moment to notice how your body feels right now. Are there any areas of tightness or tension? Just observe without judgment. Then begin with slow shoulder rolls by lifting your shoulders up toward your ears, rolling them back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, then releasing them down. Feeling the movement opening up your chest and releasing tension from your neck and upper back. Complete 8 to 10 of these rolls, moving slowly and deliberately, really feeling each part of the circular motion. Because this simple movement helps counteract the forward shoulder posture many of us develop from sitting at desks, looking at phones, or driving. Next, we'll move into gentle marches in place by lifting your right knee up to hip height or as high as feels comfortable. Then lowering it down and lifting your left knee, continuing to alternate legs at a comfortable pace, and as you march, let your arms swing naturally by your sides or bring them up in a marching motion to engage your upper body as well. Continue marching for about 60 seconds, gradually picking up the pace slightly as your body warms up and your heart rate increases. And remember to breathe naturally throughout. Many beginners hold their breath without realizing it, but steady. Breathing is essential for delivering oxygen to your working muscles. After your marches, we'll perform arm circles to warm up the shoulder joints and upper back. Extend your arms straight out to the sides at shoulder height. Then make small circular motions forward for 10 circles, gradually making the circles bigger, then reverse the direction and circle backward for another 10 repetitions. Now let's move into a deep stretch through the spine with a standing cat-cow movement. Place your hands on your thighs just above your knees. Then, as you inhale, arch your back and lift your chest forward. It's looking slightly upward. And as you exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin toward your chest, feeling the stretch all along your back. Repeat this flowing movement 5 to 8 times, moving with your breath and feeling your spine become more mobile and loose with each repetition. Finally, let's warm up our lower body with some hip circles. Place your hands on your hips. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground about hip-width apart. And make large circular motions with your hips as if you're moving around the inside of a large barrel, completing 5 circles in one direction and then 5 circles in the opposite direction, which helps lubricate your hip joints and prepare your lower body for the squats and lunges we'll be doing shortly. Now that we're properly warmed up with increased blood flow, elevated heart rate, and loosened joints, we're ready to move into the main workout. And remember that you can pause the video at any time if you need extra rest, grab some water, or catch your breath. This is your workout, and you're in complete control of the pace. Our first exercise is the bodyweight squat, which is one of the most fundamental and effective movements for building lower body strength in your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and even your core. Stand with your feet slightly wider than hip width apart, toes pointed slightly outward at about a 10 to 15 degree angle. And clasp your hands together in front of your chest, or extend your arms straight out in front of you for balance. Before you begin squatting, engage your core by gently pulling your belly button toward your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down, and lift your chest proud. This is your starting position for every squat. Now initiate the movement by pushing your hips back as if you're about to sit in a chair behind you, then bend your knees and lower your body down as far as comfortable. Ideally until your thighs are parallel to the ground, or as close as you can get without compromising your form. Keep your weight distributed evenly across your entire foot, not just your toes or heels end. Make sure your knees track in the same direction as your toes rather than caving inward, which is a common mistake that can cause knee strain. The bottom of the squat, pause for just a brief moment, then drive through your heels and push yourself back up to the starting position, squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. That's 1 repetition, and we're going to complete 10 to 12 squats at a controlled pace, focusing on perfect form rather than speed. And if you feel like the full squat is too challenging, you can reduce your range of motion and only lower down halfway, or you can perform the exercise while holding onto a chair or countertop for added stability. Between exercises, we'll take a 30 to 45 second active recovery period where you'll walk in place or perform light stretches, which allows your heart rate to come down slightly while keeping your muscles warm and ready for the next exercise. Our next movement is the modified push-up, which builds upper body strength in your chest, shoulders, and triceps, while also engaging your core for stability. And the beautiful thing about push-ups is that they have so many modification options, making them accessible for virtually every fitness level. If you're brand new to push-ups, start with wall push-ups. Stand arm's length away from a wall. Place your hands flat against the wall at shoulder height and slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Engage your core and keep your body in a straight line from your head to your heels. Bend your elbows and slowly lower your chest toward the wall, keeping your elbows at about a 45-degree angle from your body rather than flaring them straight out to the sides. Then push yourself back to the starting position and complete 8 to 10 repetitions with controlled movement. If wall push-ups feel too easy, you can progress to countertop push-ups using a kitchen counter or sturdy table. Or even knee push-ups where you place your knees on the ground and perform the push-up from this modified position, which reduces the amount of body weight you're pushing but still provides an excellent upper body workout. The key with any push-up variation is to maintain a straight line from your head through your spine to your hips. Avoid letting your hips sag toward the ground or pike up toward the ceiling, as both of these compensations reduce the effectiveness of the exercise and constrain your lower back. After completing your push-ups, take another active recovery period, shaking out your arms and rolling your shoulders to release any tension that built up during the exercise. Now, we'll move into standing knee raises, which are excellent for engaging your core, improving balance, and strengthening your hip flexors. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart, hands on your hips or extended out to the sides for balance. And engage your core by drawing your belly button toward your spine. Lift your right knee up toward your chest as high as comfortable while maintaining your balance and keeping your standing legs straight and strong. Hold the position for 2 seconds, while focusing on a fixed point in front of you to help with balance. Then slowly lower your foot back to the ground with control. Alternate sides, lifting your left knee up. And continue alternating for a total of 20 repetitions, 10 on each leg. And as you perform this exercise, think about pulling your knee up using your abdominal muscles rather than just swinging your leg, which ensures your core is doing the work and getting stronger. If you find your balance is a bit shaky, which is completely normal for beginners, feel free to perform this exercise near a wall or chair that you can lightly touch for support, and over time as your balance improves, you'll be able to perform the movement without any assistance. Following your knee raises and another brief active recovery period, we'll incorporate some gentle alternating lunges, which are fantastic for developing leg stability, strengthening your quads and glutes, and improving your overall coordination. Start by standing tall, with your feet together and your hands on your hips or clasped in front of your chest. Then take a controlled step forward with your right foot, landing heel first and rolling through to your toes. As your right foot plants, bend both knees to lower your body straight down toward the ground, aiming to create 2 90-degree angles with your legs. Your front thigh should be parallel to the ground, and your back knee should hover just above the floor without touching it. Make sure your front knee stays aligned directly over your ankle and doesn't push past your toes, which helps protect your knee joint from unnecessary strain. And keep your torso upright with your chest lifted and core engaged throughout the entire movement. Push through your front heel to drive yourself back up to the starting position. Bring in your right foot back to meet your left. Then repeat the movement on the opposite side by stepping forward with your left foot. Complete 8 to 10 lunges on each leg, alternating sides. And if you find the forward lunge too challenging, you can perform reverse lunges instead by stepping backward rather than forward, which many beginners find easier to balance and control. Or you can reduce the depth of your lunge by not lowering down as far, which reduces the intensity while still providing a beneficial workout for your legs. After completing your lunges, we'll perform some arm circles to keep the upper body engaged and to give your legs a brief rest. Stand with your feet hip-width apart and extend your arms straight out to the sides at shoulder height, creating a T shape with your body. Then keeping your arms straight and your core engaged, make small forward circles with your entire arm, not just your hands, gradually increasing the size of the circles over 10 rotations, then reverse direction, and perform 10 backward circles. And you should feel your shoulders and upper back working to maintain the arm position and control the movement. This exercise might seem simple, but holding your arms extended against gravity while making controlled circular motions is excellent for building shoulder endurance and stability, which contributes to better posture and upper body function in daily life. Now let's work on the core more directly with some standing side bends, which stretch and strengthen your obliques, the muscles that run along the sides of your torso and are responsible for lateral flexion and rotational movements. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart and place your right hand on your hip while extending your left arm straight up toward the ceiling, reaching tall and lengthening through your left side. From this position, keeping your hips and legs stable and facing forward, gently lean your torso to the right, sliding your right hand down the side of your leg while your left arm reaches up and over, creating a nice long arc with your body. You should feel a stretch along the entire left side of your torso from your hip up through your rib cage and into your shoulder. And hold this stretched position for 2 to 3 seconds, breathing steadily. Then engage your left obliques to pull yourself back up to center. Perform 8 side bends on this side, then switch arms and complete 8 side bends to the left. and remember that this is a stretch and strengthening exercise combined. So move slowly and controlled, avoiding any bouncing or jerky movements that could strain your muscles. As we approach the final portion of our main workout, let's perform one more full-body movement with alternating toe touches, which engage your core, improve flexibility in your hamstrings. Up, just a bit more. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart and extend your arms out to the sides at shoulder height. Then twist your torso to the right as you reach your left hand down toward your right foot, tapping your right toe or shin, depending on your flexibility, while your right arm extends up toward the ceiling, creating a windmill-like motion. Return to the center starting position and immediately repeat on the other side. Twisting left and reaching your right hand toward your left foot, and continue alternating sides for 20 total repetitions. Moving at a steady, controlled pace that allows you to maintain good form throughout. The twisting motion engages your obliques and lower back. The reaching motion stretches your hamstrings and works your core stability. And the continuous alternating movement keeps your heart rate elevated, making this a wonderfully efficient exercise that combines strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular benefits all in one movement. After completing your toe touches, take a full minute of active recovery by walking slowly around your space, shaking out your arms and legs and taking deep breaths to allow your heart rate to gradually decrease as we prepare to move into our cool down and stretching phase. The cool down is absolutely essential and should never be skipped because it serves multiple important purposes. It gradually brings your heart rate and breathing back to normal resting levels. It helps remove metabolic waste products, like lactic acid from your muscles. It begins the recovery process that will allow your muscles to repair and grow stronger. And it signals to your nervous system that the workout is complete, and it's time to shift into rest and recovery mode. Additionally, stretching while your muscles are still warm from exercise is the ideal time to improve your flexibility, as warm muscles are more pliable and responsive to stretching than cold muscles. Let's begin our cool down with a standing forward fold to stretch your entire posterior chain, including your hamstrings, calves, and lower back. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Bend your knees slightly to protect your lower back. Then slowly hinge forward at your hips, letting your upper body hang heavy toward the ground like a rag doll. Let your arms dangle or hold opposite elbows and sway gently from side to side. You should feel a deep stretch through the backs of your legs and along your spine, and there should be no pain, only a comfortable stretching sensation. And hold this position for 30 to 45 seconds while breathing deeply and naturally. And with each exhale, see if you can relax just a little bit more deeply into the stretch. Slowly roll back up to standing one vertebra at a time, letting your head be the last thing to lift, then move into a standing quad stretch to release tension from the front of your thighs. Standing on your left leg, bend your right knee and bring your right foot up behind you. Catching your ankle or foot with your right hand and gently pulling it toward your glutes while keeping your knees close together and your hips facing forward. And if you need help balancing, place your left hand on a wall or chair for support. Hold this stretch for 30 seconds, feeling the lengthening through your quadriceps. Then slowly release and switch sides, standing on your right leg and stretching your left quadriceps for another 30 seconds. Next, let's open up the chest and shoulders with a standing chest stretch. Interlace your fingers behind your back with your palms facing each other. Straighten your arms as much as comfortable, then gently lift your hands away from your body, while squeezing your shoulder blades together and lifting your chest, creating a beautiful opening across the entire front of your upper body. This stretch is particularly beneficial because so many of our daily activities like typing, driving, and using phones create a forward shoulder posture, and this stretch helps counteract that tendency by opening and lengthening the chest muscles. Hold for 30 to 45 seconds, breathing deeply into the chest expansion, then release and shake out your arms. Now let's perform a standing side stretch to release any remaining tension in your obliques and rib cage. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Reach both arms up overhead and interlace your fingers with your palms facing the ceiling. Then gently lean to the right, creating a long arc with your entire body from your left hip all the way through your left fingertips. And breathe into the stretch, feeling your rib cage expand on the left side. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, return to center, then repeat the stretch to the left side, holding for another 20 to 30 seconds. Finally, let's end with a deep neck and shoulder release because this area tends to hold a lot of tension for most people. Let your right ear drop toward your right shoulder without forcing it, just letting gravity do the work, and you should feel a stretch along the left side of your neck and into your left shoulder. Then, if you want to deepen the stretch, you can gently place your right hand on the left side of your head and add just a tiny bit of pressure, but be very gentle here. As the neck is delicate, hold for 20 seconds, then slowly bring your head back to center and repeat on the other side, letting your left ear drop toward your left shoulder and holding for another 20 seconds. Take a final moment standing tall to close your eyes. And take 3 deep, intentional breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, filling your lungs completely, and exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any remaining tension. And use this moment to appreciate what your body just accomplished and to set an intention to continue showing up for yourself on this fitness journey. Remember that fitness isn't about being perfect on day one or comparing yourself to others who might be further along in their journey. It's about building sustainable habits that make you stronger, healthier, and more energized over time. And every rep you complete, every minute you invest, and every time you choose movement over staying still, you're making progress toward becoming the best version of yourself. The soreness you might feel tomorrow is your body's way of telling you that it's adapting and growing stronger. And that same movement that felt challenging today will become easier with each workout you complete, until eventually it becomes your new baseline and you're ready to progress to more challenging variations. So give yourself credit for showing up today. Celebrate this accomplishment no matter how small it might seem. And know that your journey starts right now. One workout, one day, one choice at a time, and I'll be here to guide you through every step of the way. So make sure to come back for your next workout. Stay consistent, be patient with yourself, trust the process. And remember that you're capable of so much more than you think, and I'm incredibly proud of you for taking this step toward a healthier, stronger, more confident version of yourself, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes you.